Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Hessner and welcome to Reading Subreddits, a thing you guys have been English, it's a hard language, something you guys have been requesting for far too long, and after seeing my recommended videos page on YouTube continuously say, hey, maybe you'll enjoy this subreddit video. Why not? Besides, a lot of you have also asked, hey, use your many voices. So yes, when it comes to things like, hey, look at the title of this video, Entitled Parents, I do have a voice that I am going to use for those stuck-up bitches known as entitled mothers. And it was also asked, will I read the fictional posts? In all honesty, with 7.5 billion people on this godforsaken planet, and hellhole of a planet, however you want to look at it, in my desperate attempt to provide some humor into your lives, chances are I'm willing to bet, even if it's not this poster or the next post, chances are it happened, unless someone used magic. Although, let's be honest, I've seen plenty of news articles that said that someone tried to bewitch them, so... Anywho, so, without further ado, let us have a little fun, shall we? And I love how the first line is, this event happened a few weeks ago, and before you comment this is fiction, I solemnly swear this is 100% true. Oh, we're off to a great start on the, I'm not going to read anything that's fictional, but considering a woman freaks out and tries to steal my money, let's be honest, chances are that has probably happened. Oh God, I hate people. Yeah, let's not try to sing. Anywho, I'm a 17-year-old male working for a vendor company called Fairy Tale Productions. It's the kind of company that is hired for wedding parties, birthdays, etc. We do things like photography, a DJ, and the area I'm stationed in, photo booths. I was hired for just the average wedding party on a Saturday lasting from 8 p.m. to midnight. I arrived to the banquet center, built the booth, and got a drink from the bar. I get the usual Sprite, tip the bartender a 5, oh wow, I should become a bartender, and check if I get a table. Okay. The guests had begun to arrive at this time, and I don't pay much attention to them. I sat at my table since I don't start for another half hour, but I noticed a tall woman, maybe in her 30s, and her young daughter, maybe 6 or 7, roaming around my booth, trying to get some props like the huge sunglasses, mustaches on sticks, face masks, and other ridiculous items. Being the kind person I am, I decided to go and let them have a couple sessions before I fully opened. I finished my small drink and head over to the prop table. The girl seemed very sweet and was giggling at the sight of her mom wearing a huge, fluffy yellow hat that looked like a German beer mug and had "Beer Rules" in red letters on the front. I tapped the mother on her shoulder to get her attention to me. She turned and gave me a smile, but it felt off. Hi, can I help you, sir? She said the last word in a threatening... Oh, I misread that then. Can I help you, sir? Close enough. We'll roll with it. Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to let you know I don't open for another 25 minutes, but I would be more than happy to let you and your daughter go in a bit early. She kindly accepted the offer, and she went in and out of the booth a couple of times before she had to take a seat for dinner. Time skip. I was outside the booth helping customers pick out props when I noticed the lady and her daughter in tow. But the woman did not look very happy about the line, which I knew why. The line was at least 15 people long, with them in the back, so I understood. As they reached the booth, the daughter became very excited and nearly rushed in the booth if I hadn't stopped her. "Whoa there," I said. "There are people in it right now. Just wait a minute, okay?" Bad move. As the daughter began to go back to her mother, still smiling by the way, the woman descended onto me. "How dare you talk to my child that way?" she yelled. She was attracting attention from all the guests, even the bride. Ooh, never piss off the bride at a wedding. Even the bride was watching from the head table. The little girl tried to defend me by saying things like, "It's okay, Mommy. There are people in there already." But the entitled mom wasn't listening. "You were so nice just about an hour ago. What is wrong with you?" "Okay, I'm going southern." "Turning down my daughter like that. You are a despicable person." I was just standing there, 17 years old, face contorted with shock until my body forced my mouth to move and respond. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come off as rude, but there are already guests in the booth, so you would have to wait your turn, ma'am." Wrong thing to say. The entitled mother's face began to turn red, her face constricting with rage. Of course, why not? "I am a single mother with a young child. I am just trying to make her happy. But you hate my daughter." And again, I'm going southern. "You turned down a small child to get a picture with her own mother just because there are people already..." I want to hit her. Don't hit women. "Just ask them to leave. They shouldn't be in there anyways. These picture booths are for children." At this point, the child was on the verge of tears, her cheeks red. I had to force myself not to take the girl away from this woman's clutches, as every thought in my head was saying, "Help save this girl. Her future is about to shatter if this keeps up. Oh, dear God." I screw my head on straight and reply, "I'm very sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to offend you or your daughter in any way, but it looks like the booth is now open. If you want to go, have a go. If you want to..." I noticed that the previous occupants of the booth have retreated, seeing that if they had stayed, they might have gotten into this lady's wrath. Smart move. And the entitled mom drags her child in the booth and begins to take pictures. Time moves on and things are nearly normal, but there's one problem. The entitled mom has not stepped out of the booth for over 6 minutes, and the customers are beginning to get angry. "Ma'am, you're holding up the line. I have to ask you to leave the booth and go to the end of the line." The entitled mother pokes her head out of the curtains and gives me a death glare. I can just imagine you see someone's head just boop, right out of curtains and just goes... Which still scares me, and replied, "Fine." She drags her now tear-faced daughter out of the booth and begins to leave, but not before taking my full tip jar and a couple of props. Guests began to take action at this motion and blocked off the exits, asking her to return what's mine. "No! He took my daughter's happiness! Why can't I take something of his?" Wow! She was now screaming. So was her daughter. The bride and groom jumped into action, making her return my tip jar and the props, but not after 10 minutes of yelling. As the situation calmed, I was still worried about the girl. How could she be so sweet with a mother like this? I ran over to the girl. She was silently crying in the corner, and I gave her the hat her mom was wearing earlier. She began to slow her sobs and looked at me. I began to ask her questions about her mother and if this was a normal thing. She said yes. Oh, I feel so terrible. She said yes to every question that I had hoped she wouldn't. I stood up, gave the girl a warm smile, and returned to the entitled mother, who was still shouting how she was a single mother with a young child. Why is that a common stereotype now with entitled mothers? I talked to the bride and groom, telling them what the girl had told me. They looked pale. They looked pale. My English wants to autocorrect. They looked pale by the time I finished. They then told me I could leave early. As I was putting the computer in its case, the entitled mother walked up to me with a look that she wanted to murder me. "Give me something now!" as she reached her bony hand out. I replied, "I'm not giving you anything except a call from Child Protective Zoo." Yes, I know what CPS is. This shocked her into silence. I packed the rest of my booth objects and took the 30-minute drive home. All I could say after this ordeal is that I hoped that the little girl can be given a loving, caring family and that she will be very successful when she comes of age. It horrifies me that there are people like this in this world, and I have come face to face with one. I just hope I did the right... You did the absolute right thing. I am not gonna lie. Yes, I actually know what Child Protective Services, the abbreviation for CPS is. And... Okay, we need happy thoughts, happy thoughts. I got none. Okay, I just got back after taking a short little break after that hellhole, and this one caught my attention. Entitled mom caught on camera loses child custody. Oh, fuck me. Sideways. This happened about 4 years ago. I was 21 at the time. I worked at a tire factory, and it was a pretty sweet deal. Check in, do your job, check out. Oh, mess. We'd take a short 20-minute break. I must be dyslexic or something. Maybe okay, that looks much better. We take short 20-minute breaks every 3 hours or so. One time, after going out for some fresh air, I was trying my then recently purchased Arctic laser when I noticed there's a mother and son of about 8 years of age, and somewhat 20 miles away. The kid runs at me and says, "Hey, Mom, look, it's laser. Can I try?" "Sure, go ahead." No, not really. This is actually dangerous. It has a child-proof system. What? Aren't you a little old to be playing with lasers? Just give it to him and stop being selfish. My age isn't relevant to this discussion. I won't give anything to your kid. She goes crazy and interrupts. "I don't care. Listen." Ooh, I just read a little of... "Listen here, you little shit. Who do you think you are to say no to my boy?" "Ma'am, it's actually for his own safety. This is very... bleh." Entitled mom then tries to grab and take it from me. Entitled kid starts kicking. I then push him away so he stops, but he immediately starts crying. "See what you did? You just hit my kid." The security guy occasionally passes by, and an entitled mom throws a fit. "Call the police now. I want to press charges. He molested my..." Are you fucking kidding me? "And stole his laser toy." "Guard, I saw the whole thing from a distance. This is not his toy. May I ask you why you are here in the factory grounds anyway?" "My husband," manager's name, "is the boss. I'm gonna have both your asses fired by tomorrow. I'm also having you jailed for stealing my son's property and hitting us." She then rips one sleeve off her blouse, messes her hair, and calls someone. Dear fucking God, Manager's name, honey, please, come help me. I'm so scared. One of your employees just stole from entitled kid's name and assaulted us. Screams pretending I'm doing something to her. Let me go. I'm so scared. Please, come quick. This whole time, the security guard just looks astonished, and when her husband comes, he explains. Hey, sir, I was here the whole time. He did not hurt your son or wife in any way. Well, are you sure? Look how she is. I'm positive. Still, if you want to confirm, we can look at cameras 2B and... Ooh, yeah, there's the camera. At B2 and B7 as they surveil specifically this area. Okay, I'd like to see them. At that moment, entitled mother realized she was being filmed the whole time. She tried to get out of it, trying to defuse her husband's willingness to see the tapes. You know, honey, we better just leave it at that. Can we just go home? I'm exhausted and don't want to extend this any longer. I urge you to see the tapes, as the accusations your wife made are very serious. Yes, of course, we should see to the tapes. After seeing the tapes in private, the manager profusely apologized and decided to promote me one level up. Happy ending. Not that kind of happy ending. He said he had an idea was a lie because she was diagnosed Ooh. Is that what every entitled mother is? A sociopathic and mythomaniac. Yikes. After a week or so, he confessed to me that this was the last he could take of her, and he was divorcing her and requesting full custody of the child as she was unstable and unfit to raise a child. In the process of the divorce that happened during the course of the next couple months, the manager discovered she was cheating on him with her coworker. Yikes. Also somehow figured out what my number was and called to apologize. She said she was trying to get back to her family and she regretted doing what she did. I told her to go fuck herself. Poor manager. You could see he's a good guy that just happened to have bred with the wrong crazy lady and was paying for the bad decision. He bred with the wrong crazy lady. I love it. I'm gonna give that an upload or upvote just for making me laugh in this goddamn subreddit. Anyway, time to ruin all our hopes and dreams about people actually being decent human beings and going to entitled mom tries to deny her dying son his wish and tries to kill him because the books I got for him are satanic. Let's be honest, I'm pretty sure we've all seen those videos on YouTube where people start screaming, insert their religion here, and damning everyone, insert wherever, whatever their hell is. So, if this isn't a true story, I'm pretty sure it had to have at least happened once with X number of billion people living on this godforsaken planet and in the past. Some backstory. I'm in a Dungeons and Dragons group. Yes, I know what that is. No, I've never played it. With a couple of friends from nearby, and one of the members of the group was a kid who was about 15. Oh, too young. Was about 15 years old. He's really a sweet kid, likes helping other people out, and is a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. He also has his cancer in both of his lungs. He's from a religious family that basically forces him to act pure while he's in their sight. The mom is... I have to Google this. How we empower. Okay. Okay. That kind of rabid. While the dad is just a sensible person who just tries to get him to be a good kid. I like that dad. I'm not sure I want to meet the mom. When he's out of sight of his parents, he just does normal teen stuff. Hallelujah. Because of his mom, the only books he was allowed to own were Christian books and Bibles. He joined our group mainly as a way to escape his home life and his mom. A couple of weeks ago, the cancer in his lungs started to get to him, so he was taken to the hospital by his parents. He contacted me about a day after he was taken into the hospital, stating he wanted a monster manual as his last wish, stating that he was tired of reading the same old things. I bought him the book from Barnes and Nobles. That's still around. But considering that he's dying, that he's a dying teen, I got him Volu's Guide to Monsters and stacked on top of that, because I'm going to try to pretend I don't pledge on... The next day, which was his oh, fucking hell, this is depressing. The next day, which was his birthday, he was still in the hospital, so I brought him the books as a gift. After he blew out the candles, we had cake, and he started opening gifts. Mine was the first one to be opened. Seeing what they were, he immediately got his humongous grin on his face and hugged me. Meanwhile, brace yourselves. Meanwhile, his mom stared down at the books with a look of pure disgust, with her husband staring at her with this wary look in his eyes. Oh, dear God. She picks up one of the books and relights one of the candles and holds the goddamn book over it and tries to set it on fire. I managed to stop her and demand, "What the fuck are you doing?" Wait, what? Okay. He asked me to get those books, and I'm not going to let you take them away. His mom simply stared me down and said something along the lines of the books being sinful, satanic, and full of evil, and that her son had no business with them. I retort and say that her son can read whatever he wants, that she doesn't have to force him to be Christian. Ooh, ixnay on the... She starts getting red in the face and yelling at me about essentially forcing children to believe in God from... Wait, what? I retorted... Did I just skip a line? She starts getting red in the face and yelling at me about essentially forcing children to believe... Okay, I didn't misread that. That just... Weird structure. English is weird. Leave me alone. I state I'm Baptist, which I actually am, and say that faith in God is a matter between God and the individual. She turns red all over and actively starts to try to destroy the books, with me, my friend, and her husband trying to stop her. At one point I shouted, "Would God want you to do this? To restrict your dying son's freedom of expression?" right in her face. This just set her fucking ablaze. She tosses the books aside and starts to strangle her son, and her husband calls security immediately. When she does this, security gets there within about a minute of the two of us trying to pry entitled mother off her son and drag her away, with her shouting that we are all canonized. I'll pretend I know what that word is. To the devil. So basically bitches to the devil? I don't know. Both her husband and my friend charge her with child abuse, assault, and attempted murder. Trial still going on, and I'll try to update... Ooh. I hate people. I hate people. I hate people. I hope you had a wonderful time with this video. Let's be honest. No. But hey, hopefully I put a nice spin. There's no way. Okay, if you guys want more of this, let me know down below in the comments, because I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go cook dinner. This is going to be an edit to bitch because of the format I want to do with this series, just to make it a bit more hilarious about depressing topics. Down below in the comments, do let me know if you guys want me to see other subreddits. I know I do like the pro-revenge stories. And because I worked retail, I also like the I don't work here lady subreddit. If you've worked retail, or if you just went into a store and someone just assumed, they had the audacity to just assume you worked there when it's like, no. Which is actually funny because I did have an experience where I went back to where I used to work, and one of the regulars actually tried to ask me a question and I said that I no longer worked there because I had moved on. She just looked at me like I should probably post this. Fortunately, though, long story short, one of my old coworkers walked by and said that I had left the company, and that was that. It wasn't like one of these blown up videos, not videos, one of these blown up subreddit posts. I mean, Jesus, this one has over 11,000 upvotes, and it was yay. So, yeah. As I said, let me know down below and give suggestions on how you guys want to see the videos. By that, I mean, what kind of voices should I use? Like, I did the, sassy woman voice. I can't exactly shout because I am still in an apartment. But let me know what kind of voices you want to see in the future. And who knows, maybe I'll try to come up with one. I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think. With that said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Although it's still a depressing subject. I hate this subreddit. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Is there something wrong with me?
Reinforcements on.
Actually, don't answer that. I'll just say
Ready for action.
Upgrade in progress.
You've let unidentified...
No! What the fuck?! This is my own planet!